What's up everyone? My name is Treg. I love spending time in nature and experiencing all that this world has to offer. One of my favorite ways to get outside is to go truck camping. Along my travels I've come across some really cool products that make the camping experience even better. Every once in a while I find a product that is so cool and unique that I feel like I should share it with you all. Today's video is not sponsored at all. I couldn't tell you the first thing about this company. But what I do know is, I found what might be the most versatile and easiest bedding setup for sleeping in a car or a truck.
So today I'm going to do a full review of this product so I can hopefully help you guys save some time and some money and tell you why I think this is the best cot that you can get for your car or your truck camper on the market.
Over the mountains, the echo.
Before I show you guys the cot, let me show you what I was dealing with, what I had tried in the past. This is obviously just a standard cot. You can see how far over the tailgate it hangs out there. So obviously can't close the tailgate with that. I sleep with the topper tent over the tailgate. So I sleep with the tailgate down because this is only a 5.5 foot truck bed for me. But if you're moving from place to place or you're headed to your destination, it's annoying because you can't have your sleeping setup all put together. So what I would typically do is I would just kind of put it in here on its side. Obviously that dumps everything that you had for your sleeping setup. You can't really store anything underneath the cot because then you're moving the cot and then it just kind of isn't clean. It's not very efficient, not very organized, especially when you're like me and you're moving around from like place to place whenever you're out camping. So I didn't love that. This cot also has kind of the tendency to dump you. So if you sit over here on the side, it'll tip over. A lot of times I was trying to get out of the truck and I was sliding back here and it would dump me down like that. So not the most sturdy thing in the world. Next, I had the idea to try something like this reclining cot. This is like one of those ratcheting things that you like sleep on by the pool. So my idea for this was to put it in there, put my bedding and stuff on here, and then ratchet up the front when I was gonna drive somewhere so that I could leave my bedding and stuff in place without having to tip it over or put it on an angle. So I typically would kind of have my bedding and stuff in place like this. Then when I got to the destination, I could put this down. If I wanted to ratchet up a little bit and sleep with my head elevated, that worked. This was okay. It's not the most comfortable cot in the world. It was also kind of annoying that to get it set up, I would have to climb up in here, meaning I couldn't just like slide something out from the back. I had to actually climb up in here, move this up. It would do that a lot, where when I would move it, it would just kind of fall over. I like to store stuff underneath here, and then when you're sliding this around constantly, the bins and stuff that you have underneath there, they're getting lifted up and pulled and moved over, and so it was a good idea in theory, but it just wasn't quite perfect for what I was looking for just yet. So my search for the perfect cot for my 5.5 foot truck bed continued. I started drawing up some different schematics of what I thought the perfect cot would look like. I wanted something that could stay in place, that I wouldn't have to just like slide the entire thing around, and then I could have something out here from the back that I could, you know, fold out or pull out and maneuver here from the back end so that I wasn't climbing up into the truck to get my bedding set up whenever I was going to set up camp for the night. Just something that all around was gonna be easier, faster, less of a hassle, and then that I could store stuff underneath and not be moving those around constantly. I swear I looked online to like everything that I could find. I watched all the YouTube videos of car camping setups and truck camping setups and short bed truck camping setups and didn't find exactly what I was looking for until one day I came across this cot on Amazon, and I honestly couldn't believe it because it was pretty much exactly what I had drawn up in my schematics, except for this was going to be easier to assemble, install, and then also unassemble and store. That's the problem in my mind with making something out of wood, is it's just big, it's heavy, and now you have to have another place to store that. So now the moment of truth, let me show you guys what I found. So this is the Letsenjoy Cot. It's called the sliding cot, I believe is what it is. Again, no affiliation with the company. I know nothing about them. I just think this is a really cool product. So let me show you how it works. So let's go ahead and get this thing put together. We just are gonna unroll it here. There's our two side pieces. One of the really nice things about this cot is everything just stores within it. So the cot itself is like one big storage bag. So now we got legs, these are our crossbars, and then these are our side pieces. So what we're gonna do is lay these out here. You'll notice on these crossbars that they've got some threads there, a little bolt hole, and it sits, there's a groove, it sits down flush on that side. So that's our side that's gonna go down. Our side pieces here, you're just gonna sit that in there and then screw the leg directly into that bolt hole on your crossbar. So that'll screw in there. That'll screw in there. On this other side, you'll do the same thing. So we'll kind of get these all lined up. Put that together, and then you're gonna screw these legs into place again. So now that you got the frame put together, the cot is upside down right now. You can tell because there's these Velcro straps there. Basically, what you're gonna do is work your way around and just hook up all of these Velcro straps to the frame. One of these sides can collapse and slide in, and this side does not. So this is the side that you want going towards the front of your truck. So now we're gonna pick up this cot, set it in here. So you can see it fits in there really nice, but this is the true beauty of this cot right here. The length is completely adjustable. So it can go all the way up there if you needed it to, or if you're like me, then you put your bedding and everything up on top of there. You drive to your destination, pull down your topper tent over the tailgate, and you slide that out, and boom, you're set up ready to go. And then when you're moving on to the next spot, you just pick it up, slide it in slightly, and you're completely ready to fold up the tailgate and head off to the next spot. So it's easy to set up. The length is adjustable, but is it a good quality cot? That answer is a resounding yes. It's made from a 600D waterproof fabric, it's got aluminum crossbars, and it's got a carbon steel frame. The load capacity of this thing is 400 pounds, which is crazy. The total weight of this cot is 27.5 pounds. The length is completely adjustable. It's 71.5 inches extended, or it can collapse down to 39.5 inches. The width on this thing is 33.5 inches. One thing to note with this is when you purchase it, there's two different leg lengths as an option. So there's taller legs and there's shorter legs. The taller legs can collapse down to 10.6 inches or extend out to 15.5 inches. The shorter legs, which is what I have because this fits over my wheel well just perfectly as is, and I didn't need it to be any taller, ranges from 8.3 inches to 10.6 inches. Each of those legs is adjustable, so if you're sleeping on something that has an uneven surface, whether it slopes or there's a step or something to it, you can adjust those legs so you're still sleeping flat on that surface. One thing to note about this cot is those aluminum crossbars are very prominent. This is not something that you would sleep on directly. You do need to have some type of mattress if it's going to go over this. So I did a 3-inch memory foam mattress that I'll show you right now. This mattress just is nice and rolls up. You can extend that in there. And this mattress is super comfortable. Nice 3-inch thick memory foam. When I'm laying down in here, you don't feel those crossbars at all. It's just a nice, very comfortable sleeping surface. I'll tag this mattress down in the video description as well. One thing to note with this mattress is there are different sizes. I went with the cot size, which I believe is 24 inches wide, which is plenty. It's just fine. But the width of this is 33 inches, and I believe there is a width in this mattress that's 30 inches. So if you want a little bit more sleeping room, make sure you size up just a little bit to that 30-inch width one. Otherwise, this cot one is just fine and is super comfortable, like I said. And unlike the lighter cot where I could tip it over, I really have to try with this one to get it to budge at all because it's so heavy duty.
and I can sit completely here on the end of it, like I'm right on the end of the tailgate here, and it doesn't tip up or lift or move at all. So it's perfect. I did buy these little storage totes, which are really nice. You can slide them in there. I've got 4 of them that I fit in there. And the nice thing about this cot is even slid all the way up into there, you're not bugging what's stored underneath the cot. And I can fit the other 3 up in that front section that doesn't move at all. So I just pull it out like that and we're set. You can see that it fits perfectly over my wheel well here, so I'm not wasting any space, which is always nice. If I had any complaint about this cot so far, I think it would be the width. The 24-inch wide sleeping pad is just fine for me. I don't need a ton of space. I actually would prefer to have a little bit less width so that I have more space for my kitchen and everything else that I put back here. Being that it's 33 inches wide, it does take up quite a bit of space, and it's more sleeping room than somebody like me needs. So in the future, if that company made one that was just a little bit more narrow or came out with some different size options, I think that would be great. But other than that, I don't really have too many complaints about this cot. I've already gone out on a few trips with this, and it already is so much nicer to have my stuff organized. Like I said, keep those bins in underneath there and stored away, and not having everything moved around or tipped up on its side. Like, this is a much nicer option and is exactly what I was looking for. Now being able to leave my bedding and everything set up here, push in that end so that I can fold up the tailgate, then I drive off to the next spot or I move somewhere else for the day. It's super easy, really convenient, and honestly, this is the best sleeping setup that I've had in my truck so far. So usually what I do is I put a sleeping bag and some blankets and stuff up here. I can reach up here now and just kind of pull that up. And then I just slide up the back there. Then I can fold up the tailgate and we're off to the next spot. Then when I get to where I'm going to camp, fold it down, reach in here, just pull out that cot a little bit, and we're all set up ready to go. Now to unassemble this bad boy, I typically just tip it up on its side to get it out of there. So to unassemble this, pretty easy. You're just gonna reverse your steps here. So unscrew each of the legs real quick. Undo all these Velcro straps. And you can take your frame apart just like that. It's got the adjustable side, and then you can tighten that down so it's not moving around on you. Pull out your crossbars. Slide this side down, tighten that up. We'll set those aside. Down here, oh, right here. Right here on this side, there's a large pocket where the cross rails go. And then all the legs store down here. And then you'll notice one side has these longer straps to it. So you want to roll from the opposite side. What I do is I roll until I get past the side rails, and then I take these and just set them in there, and then roll the rest of the way. Now you got those Velcro straps, and there's Velcro right here. And you go like that. So just like that, pretty easy. And then, like I said, total weight of 27.5 pounds, so not too bad. Pretty convenient to store that. I just keep it on my shelf, and then when I'm ready to go, I pull it out and put it together real quick. Hopefully this has been helpful. That's really my purpose in making these videos, is trying to help you guys avoid some of the mistakes and pitfalls that I've gone through with my no-build truck camping setup. If you find the right one and just buy one good one, then you don't end up with a garage full of other cots like I have now. I love truck camping. I love being out in nature, and I love finding things that make that truck camping experience more pleasurable. And for me, that's all about simplicity and comfort. Of course, this is not a sponsored video, so I will have the links to the cot and the mattress down in the video description. If you use those links, I do make a small commission that goes to supporting this channel to help me keep making review videos like this. If you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe. I'm going to be doing an update to my truck camper build. The last video I made was a couple years ago, and a few things have changed since then. Exhibit A, the cot and my main sleeping platform. So I feel like it's time that I need to do an updated truck camping video to show you everything that I've used in this truck camper, to tell you some of the things that have worked well in the truck camper, and then also the things that haven't worked well that I would not purchase again. So stay tuned for that one. I appreciate you all. We'll see you all next time.
Oh,